We're about to see the arrival of this old Mech in this huge live event that is about to happen very soon in Chapter 6 of Season 3. The reason why this robot is here on the island is to prepare for the arrival of this evil creature known as the Dark Presence. This whole battle is taking place for the 0 point. Also, it looks like tension is starting to brew amongst heroes as well. Jones is slowly starting to question Midas's motive. Is he trying to save us all, or is he going to betray us? Especially now that Midas has created this secret vault that only few people know about. And this vault was created to store all of the 0 point pieces. Speaking with Jones and Midas, it looks like that is the only thing that they want right now. But in this dialogue, Midas talks about this secret mission, which tells us that he might betray us all. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why this robot is here on the island. As Midas might betray us all, leaving us with this evil dark creature arriving on the island very soon, alone. If you go speak with Midas, this is what he says. Right off the back, he says, "You already know who I am. I have always done my best work from the shadows." What is he exactly trying to say here? I think Midas is trying to say that he has always been a mystery. You don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. Oh, a lot of people don't remember this, but in Chapter 2, Season 4, after being defeated by Agent Jones, he came back as this shadowy figure. You don't know exactly what happened, how he managed to get this dark energy power. A lot of people speculated that he actually made a deal with someone from the underworld. Some people say it was Hades. That's why he ended up in prison. And also, some people are speculating that it might be this Dark Presence. Because if you look at Daigo, he used to be a normal person, and then he slowly started to get corrupted because he started playing around with dark magic. Now he is completely corrupted. What if the same thing happened to Midas? He made a deal with this Dark Presence and ended up getting corrupted as well. Maybe that's why he's saying, "I've always done my best work from the shadows." Maybe he's getting these 0 point pieces for this Dark Presence. Now, even though the initial plan was to work together with Hope and Jones to collect the 0 point shards to keep them safe, now it looks like the heroes are starting to argue as well amongst each other, because this is what Midas says if you talk about the 0 point.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm intrigued by the 0 point shard. A source of power like that carries serious potential. There's no point arguing about its eventual fate before we get our hands on it.
It looks like what Midas wants to do with the 0 point is way different to what Hope and Jones want to do with them. So they're starting to argue amongst each other. And Hope and Jones are starting to doubt Midas's motive. Also, remember the crew the Midas used to have. In fact, when they left the Chapter 5 map, after being free from Hades' prison, they all took Marigold and set sailed. Now Midas just shows up on the Chapter 6 map without his crew. Now, if you ask Midas about his crew, there's something that he says that actually tells us there might be a secret plan that he's cooking.
It would be unwise to assume that those unseen are absent, my friend. I would not abandon those who kept the faith during my untimely incarceration. My agents know their assignments, here or otherwise, in the end. As always, I'll get what I want.
It's all starting to make sense. It looks like Midas has this evil plan. And this plan has been underway ever since he arrived on the island. Just remember, before Midas left Chapter 5 island, he said he was going to go somewhere far, far away. And then he just shows up in Chapter 6 without his crew. And he looks very desperate as well, because he starts hiring a bunch of people. And most importantly, he starts working with someone he has hated for a very long time, Agent Jones. Because if you did not play Fortnite back in Chapter 2, Midas had this grand plan to destroy the 0 point using this device called the Doomsday device. But his plan was completely ruined by the Imagined Order and his main agent, Jones. Not only Jones destroyed his device, but also banished him from the island as well. And that is the reason why Midas had no other option but to go get this dark magic power to take revenge. The Fortnitemares in Chapter 2, Season 4, when Midas returned back as this shadowy figure, the title was Midas's Revenge. Ever since he arrived on the Chapter 6 map, Midas has made it quite clear that he wants to get the 0 point, and that is the only thing he is here for. In Chapter 6, Season 3, Midas has created this vault. He says he's going to keep all of the 0 point shards inside of this vault to keep them safe. It looks like Jones and Hope are starting to look suspicious. What exactly is Midas's secret plan? Does he have something to do with this evil dark creature inside of the spirit realm? Why is this giant mech going to be on the island? See, we know that this evil creature is going to get to this island very soon. Daigo is working on it, trying to open this portal. Heroes has created this board right over here, trying to figure out what exactly is happening. And as you can see, it looks like a lot of these things are actually linked with each other. This is obviously where Daigo is trying to open the portal. It looks like he's using the power of the sprites to do this. Like, Daigo has actually done this before. He actually used the power of the sprites to fix this mask as well. And now he's doing the same, using these sprites to power this portal, because we know that to bring this evil presence to this island is going to be very difficult. And also on this board, you can see a bunch of these spires. We think that during this live event, we are going to see these spires arrive in this location, maybe to protect the evil presence when it gets here, or maybe while the portal is activating. Because if you look at this trailer, you can see these spires at this location. Now, this is actually a teaser of this live event, in my opinion. At the moment, the spires are not at Demon's Domain. Also, a bunch of leakers are suggesting that these pillars that is actually placed strategically surrounding the portal, you can see it is visible from the portal. All 4 of these pillars, they will activate as well, feeding more energy to bring this evil presence. As soon as this creature gets to this island, this creature will not stop until it finds all of the pieces of the 0 point. Because it is the only reason why this creature wants to get to the island. It got a taste of the 0 point piece that was stolen from the island when it crash landed by this evil presence. And now it wants more. Obviously, this monster is going to be evil. Since giant is one of the theme of this chapter, it looks like he's going to be giant as well. I think to defeat this giant, we are going to call upon our old friend Singularity. And if you don't know Singularity, she is actually the pilot who drove the mech which defeated this evil Catus monster all the way back in Chapter 1, Season 9. I think the teaser of this can be found inside of this vault in Utopia City. As you can see, this image is taken from the Chapter 1, Season 8 live event. When we enter the bunker, we saw the 0 point for the very first time in Fortnite. And when we enter this room, we also saw this table, and on the table was this helmet. It was quite clear that this helmet belonged to this character called Singularity. During the same event, this giant monster was released from Polar Peak, and Singularity was the one who piloted this mech. She almost got defeated, but she used the power of the 0 point to fight against this monster.